Heaven forbid, if you ever find yourself in the very rare circumstance that you've been kidnapped and you are in a upper body restraint where you're tied like this and you need a way to get out, I'm going to show you a few ways that you can get out of some of the most common restraints, which are duct tape, rope, and zip ties. So let's start off with duct tape. This is the classic. Duct tape is a classic because it's so easy to get. You can get it anywhere and it's very cheap. And people think it's very strong, but how strong really is it? So when you want most of these escapes, it's the same movement. To get out of duct tape in this, when you're tied in this way, all you have to do is break out of it. So to get the strength to do that, you first need to raise yourself like this. Raise up so that you have a lot of sort of a preload effect. You're gonna pump downward, making kind of elbowing motion as if you're elbowing somebody behind you, and you're gonna bring your arms down and pump them back really hard around the area of your hips or your lower waist. And that way you don't really whip yourself in the belly as you're doing this. And you have a good angle for penetrating through, breaking this restraint. So let's see how easy this is. You just bring it up and you swing as hard as you can, fast and hard, and you pull out as you're doing this. So it's up and out. Imagine you're going both ways with your arms here. Ah! Wow, okay. So that worked really well, but that was extremely painful. I've never actually done it like that. That worked perfectly. It just completely snapped the tape. So you have to use a lot of force. You give it all your might, and you can easily do this. And if you don't do it on the first go, if you keep trying, it should get easier and easier. It'll wear out the tape. So remember, the motion is like this, and then out like that. Like this, out like that. And actually, probably better to go with the full range of motion, where you go from here and you bring it all the way down, and then right around here is where you try to separate. And you separate like this, just like you're doing a double elbow behind you, like that, and that's how you break free from a tape restraint. Now, zip ties are the same thing, actually. Typically, criminals are obviously not going to use the very thin, cheap zip ties, the white ones, or just the really small, thin black ones. They're going to at least use something like a 1/4 inch zip tie, but even 1/4 inch or a little bit thicker than that, you can perform the same maneuver and it will work. It will break the zip tie. But the trick to the zip tie release is that you have to have the lock, the tip of it, that square end, where it's joining the two pieces, that joint. You have to have that joint in the center of your restraint, between your arms here in the center. And that's what creates the most equal force on both sides, so that when you perform this action, you're equally tugging at both ends of that zip tie, and it will come undone, it will break. So you can try this at home. You can get some zip ties and practice the same motion. You can practice with tape, you can practice with zip ties. This tape was folded 3 times around me, and it was tight, pressed against. After it was applied, it was pressed, and I still got through it. So very effective. Now, just a tip about the duct tape restraint and or the duct tape escape. If you're taped not just horizontally, like so, in this direction, but the tape is also wrapped crisscrossing. It's wrapped vertically, so it goes around this way and then it goes vertically through, creating a loop effect like a cross. The trick still works. This escape technique still works. It just requires an incredible like explosive power. You really need to explode into it as fast and as hard as you can, and you can get out of it. So almost any tape restraint, this works.